Don't ask me where I got this Goodwill ass shoe. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And I would just like to, right off the bat, address that yes, I did take the TikTok down. Y'all were being mean, y'all were being invasive. That's how the cookie crumbles. I don't know what else to tell y'all. But it is on my YouTube, and for those of you that were actually nice about it, I love you so much. Kimmy? Oh shit. In this video, I always have something I bitch about and complain about, but I always feel like it's interesting to talk about. I always feel like I have something to say that's relevant and hopefully that other people can relate to, and usually something that is not often spoke about, just to keep it interesting and provoke thought with my audience. And really, I want to talk about the normalization of just being fucking mean. Like, I feel like we've gotten so mean and have lost empathy, like, in every way. And I'll give you an example. I was sitting in class one day, and I think it's important to note that I just enjoy painting my nails. I just think it looks cool. It's fun. There's no like deep reason as to why I paint my nails. I just like doing it. And some kid comes up to me, all like really confused, and is like, yo, what is that? And I was like, and usually I'm not like, ew, what the fuck? Why are you saying what is that? No, I'm like, hey, what's what? I try to be, I'm not trying to paint myself as some angel. Like, sometimes I'm like a dick about it, but for the most part, I try to be like understanding of where the other party's coming from. And he's like, yo, what is that? I was like, what's what? He's like, on your fingers. And I was like, nail polish. It's paint. It's just paint. I didn't say it like that. I was like, oh, it's nail polish. He goes, bro, were you on that gay shit or what? I was like, it's just paint. He's like, what, so you on that emo shit or what? Dude, what are you doing? And he goes like, literally, bro, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing, bro? Nails? And it got me thinking that we put the concept of gender so heavily on physical things. For example, boys wear blue, girls wear pink. That's the way it is. They're fucking colors. Like, and I know this is not some like crazy, like obviously we shouldn't assign genders to certain things like nails. I feel like that's a given, right? And I was like, I almost didn't want to talk about it on this channel because I was like, that's a given. We shouldn't be judging people because they're wearing something that's society views as a female thing or a male thing. And then I go to school, right? Another key example of this is one time 2 years ago. I don't know why this stuck with me so bad, but I've always kind of had this thought in the back of my mind about this like gender being like assigned to certain things. And there was this girl, and she had these, I remember she was so cool, bro. She like knew all these punk bands that I was into. I never talked to her, and I'm pretty sure she's graduated, but I think her name was like Ella or something, or it started with an E. I just remember she was so fucking cool, and she was like smart too, and she was like genuinely like cool as fuck to everybody. And she like usually dressed like to wear how most girls dress, you know. It was just like, you know, shirt and pants, whatever. And then she wore these cool ass cargo shorts, and I remember this group of guys was in my class, and, you know, she was kind of like acquainted with them. She was comfortable enough to where they like could talk and knew each other, but I wouldn't call them friends. And then they start getting on her. They're like, I'm gonna call her Cool. That's her name for the story. So they're talking to Cool, and Cool's got these sick ass like vintage looking cargo shorts, and they were baggy, and they looked like sewn, like handmade, like somebody took like cargo like something and made it into like these like cool ass shorts. And it was so cool. Oh, I remember it so good, because they looked so good. And they go, "Yo, Cool, what's with the shorts?" I'm very quiet in a lot of my classes, and so I have my AirPods in, but I can hear around. And so when you're a quiet kid in class, and I'm not a quiet kid because I'm like, oh, I'm a loser, I'm a quiet kid, but I just don't feel the need to like talk to people that much, you know, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sound fucking annoying, but whatever. And they're like, "Yo, Cool, what's with the shorts?" And in my mind, I'm like, what's with the shorts? Because I was raised that clothes are clothes, bro. Like, that's just how I was raised. And she's like, "What's with the shorts?" And they're like, "Bro, you look like a," and I'm not gonna say it on YouTube, but it's an offensive term for a lesbian woman. Now, how small does your penis need to be, right, to look at somebody and call them a derogatory term because the clothing that she has on is not feminine, right? Like, and I thought this was a gimmick. I really thought, because this is how I was raised, right? I was raised to be very accepting and progressive of people. And it's not just me being like, my name is the Woker. You know, I've always just, that's how I was raised, right? And so I've always just had the assumption that people had like the common sense to be like, hey, girls can wear shorts. And this is so, it blows my mind, right? Because it's like so obvious, like girls can wear shorts and boys could wear skirts if they wanted to, right? And we shouldn't be tweaking about this in the big 25. Well, this was the 23, but still, in the big 23, you're still, what? Like, it never made sense to me, right? But he was wearing like a full gray Nike Tech with like a shiesty on, and, you know, my school's not in a bad area, right? It's not a low income area. I knew where the guy lived. Don't ask how I knew that. It was a pretty nice neighborhood. Why are you wearing a shiesty? Why are you wearing a shiesty and you live in like a double-decker fucking house? Shout out to that girl though. she was really cool about it, and she continued to wear that shit, and she was such a fucking inspiration to me stylistically and like in terms of attitude, because she was just like one of those people that just like didn't give a fuck. And I don't consider myself to be feminine, but I'm very comfortable with showing a feminine side to myself, whether that be in the clothes I wear or like the type of music I listen to, which is like, that's another thing. Yo, boys can't listen to that. We have ears. Like, we have ears. Boys can't listen to that. Boys can't listen to Lady Gaga. Watch me. Shout out Lady Gaga. I know you're never gonna see this, but if you do, rah, rah. It's just like so weird to me, and I'm not trying to be like, well, girls should wear men's clothing. I'm not forcing that. If you're a girl and you like wearing feminine clothing, fine by fucking me. I shouldn't even have an opinion on that. It's just the fact that people really get irked in their soul when they see a woman who has masculine features or masculine clothing because of society's like assignment of what masculine clothing is, right? And it's just very weird to me. And what also kind of rubs me the wrong way is that like if you see like a woman doing something that's manly, right, automatically a bunch of people are like, lesbian. Are you fucking dumb? Why do you... And it's not just usually, it's almost all the fucking time. These motherfuckers have sweatpants and a t-shirt on. You could see the swaggiest guy on. He could have like the most femme shit on. And it could be swaggy, it could be fashionable, it could be interesting. And at the fucking root of it all, the problem is like we stopped being individuals. Copy and paste. And if you want to follow trends and if you're comfortable wearing basic shit, that's fine. But like, don't try and like put somebody down for looking different. And it's such a crazy concept because this is such a given and it's so obvious. It's so obvious that we shouldn't make fun of people that are different. And it's not even really different, you know? But we do. Like in the Big 25, we're still dealing with almost grown ass adults. I know 17 going into 18, that's still like a child, but like you're an adult. You're damn near an adult. You are grown. No, fuck that. You are grown. You are grown. Why are you... That girl's got shorts on. That guy has nail polish on. I just remember like in school, a lot of like people, and I have always painted my nails. Like ever since I got into high school, I was like, I want to paint my nails. So what? Who cares? And every single year, somebody has something to say about it. Like, are you with that gay shit? Shout out to the straight guys that paint their nails. For the love of the game. Anyways, that was my little rant. I want to put ASMR in this title, but I feel like I got a little loud there. So to make up for it, here's 1 minute of uninterrupted shoe tapping and mouse sounds. Ooh, my leg cramped. Fuck. Ah. My leg cramped real bad, man. Frick. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you have something that you want me to talk about or hear my opinion on, feel free to tell me, dog. I love ranting. I love ranting about shit that bothers me, even though it looks like I'm bitching randomly. I love this shit. And I love what what I love the most is when people in my comments either are like, oh yeah, this has always bothered me, I always want to talk about it, or I disagree with you and let's have a conversation. Love that shit. And I'm not going to persecute you if you disagree. I love people that can talk and have opinions and be civil about it. Love that. That's my favorite thing, even if you disagree with me. And I love you guys so much. And also thank you so much for those of you that are just like on this channel, just here, leaving comments, liking shit. I love y'all. I didn't expect, this is so random. I just started this channel like for fun, and it was just gonna be my friends, and now people are like actually watching it. So I love y'all.